What caused them? What have they done to be that? And I'm not jumping to conclusion. I'm
But
just
you're asking?
asking
Well,
because I've never been there, so I don't know
right.
how that feels.
Okay. Well, that what you just hit on is something that is really hard for me to adapt my mind to
Mm-hmm.
because um, there is nothing that people have done wrong that made them so poor that they cannot have a roof over their
See,
head.
and it's hard for me to understand because I've never been there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, we're all two paychecks away, aren't we? I mean, how hard would it be? Okay, do you have savings?
No,
But you work?
I work a lot. Yeah.
Okay, my husband's company went under,
Mm-hmm.
and there were no jobs when he lost his job,
Exactly.
and it took 3 years to get a part-time
But he's got
job.
unemployment, right?
He did, right, because he was working.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we have people who are 18 years old and their parents give them the boot. Once they get out, they have no job skills, so they go and apply for jobs, but the jobs are so few that those folks are saying, well,
McDonald's is few.
uh, McDonald's doesn't even hire because there's so
What
much
about
competition. You
what?
have to have a job history already before you get a job. And
Mm-hmm.
McDonald's does not give you a livable wage. Right now, the minimum
No,
wage.
that's very true.
Okay,
Very
so if
true.
you work full time, and they're not putting them
Very
to
true.
work full time, they're
Um,
putting them to work part time,
because they don't want to give them
30 hours.
benefits.
Right, 25 hours,
That's
30 hours.
bullshit.
Yeah. So, and they can, people work for jobs for minimum wage that used to be a few dollars
Mm-hmm.
higher than minimum
No,
wage, but
exactly.
those darn companies are saving a buck. But then again, they're having trouble because nobody's shopping,
Mm-hmm.
so they have to cut their
People are
salaries.
still shopping. They're just not shopping for shit that's made in America. That's
They're
what it
buying
boils.
cheap crap, and
Exactly.
they're doing it to self-medicate because I don't know. Have you ever been really financially strapped, and then as
I've
soon as you
all
get
always
as soon as you get a paycheck, you just want to spend a little because it's like, oh, do you
every
ever feel
every
that
two
way?
weeks.
Do you feel like a
Every two
relief to be
weeks.
able to buy something?
Every 2 weeks.
I think America spends a lot of time in
They're
that
mo-
relief
they're the
feeling
most
of spending
overworked country
on
in the world.
crap. Yup. Yep. And people who work all the time are the
Me?
ones who are furious with people who do not work,
No, I'm
and they
not
see,
furious. I'm not
well,
furious
there
about you
are a
guys at all.
lot of people. Well, actually, a lot of us work.
That
So these are demonstrators. Some of them are houseless. Some of the people who are houseless work. There's a whole rainbow
my thing is like
over here.
there's I don't know. Maybe I'm just like don't know. Maybe I just don't know. But there's a lot of stuff that people take advantage of. And I'm not saying these guys do by any means. Like, for instance, let me put my 2 cents in. Unemployment. My friends took unemployment. You know what? When you take unemployment, you're supposed to go to this class and they give you all the fun, not the funds, not money, but all the skills you need to find a job. But at the same time, why in the right mind would anyone find a job when they're getting paid every week 400? Like, I was on unemployment for 9 months, okay, and I worked hard and I made good money, and then I quit my job and I got unemployment.
You can get unemployment even if you quit.
Well, because I was working. I claimed that I was working at the time. I quit and I was working on a job that was part time.
Oh, okay.
So I was
Okay. So
able
you were
to.
still employed, but you cut your hours. You worked for something else, and so you
Yeah,
got
but
unemployment.
but the thing about it is the government doesn't control. They got so much shit going on that they will not pay focus to unemployment. There's so many people out there that could find a job, but they don't.
Okay, so let me tell you,
Yes.
our experience with that was, my husband got notices of jobs,
Mhm.
and he wasn't qualified for them
Mhm.
at all. They were nowhere near what he had
Uh huh.
any
Experience in.
any experience in.
Yeah.
He got notices for jobs that were, you are allowed to say that you have a certain need of an
Yeah. Yeah.
income,
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. You should because that's
and
what your household base is.
and they would send him, the minimum wage job offer or whatever. Um, and he's required to respond to all of these. But at the same time, he went in and he filled out applications every week, all the time, like
Mm-hmm.
daily,
Yeah.
for jobs, and it took a long time.
No, 100%.